Hey guys! I know. It's been a fat minute since I uploaded a YouTube video. I see y'all rioting in my comments, and I knew it was gonna happen. Because when I go 2 weeks with no upload, y'all start to get antsy. But honestly, I am flattered and I appreciate it because it lets me know I'm not in my flop era, even though I'm slacking. But let me explain what's been going on really quickly before I get into this vlog. Basically, in short, my shoulder surgery has taken and is still taking a huge hit on my mental health, way more than I anticipated it would. Now, if you're new here, I got shoulder surgery about 2 months ago now. It's May 9th. Yeah, 2 months ago, March 10th. But I was told that I was not able to hit upper body for 6 months. And I was mentally prepared. I accepted that that was going to be the case. But unfortunately, like I said, I just did not expect it to affect me how it's been affecting me. I plan to film a part of the recovery series every single week. Like, I wanted to get a vlog out every single week. But what I didn't understand is that I would have to devote a lot of my mental energy to figuring out how to do normal everyday tasks in the sling while also constantly tweaking if I am messing something up during my surgery recovery. Like, it is so easy to mess up a labral tear surgery, and there are so many things that I wasn't able to do, but I live alone, and so inevitably I have to do more things than I should be able to do while wearing that sling while trying to recover, and it was just really sucky. On top of me being a full-time student, juggling the stress of that on top of still having to go to class, it was just too much for me. And I already wasn't in a great mental place before surgery because I genuinely hate living here in State College. But like, I told myself, okay, I'll just make one big video talking about being in the sling, and then I'll make a vlog of the sling coming off, and then I'll make the vlog of the progression after that. I should be fine after that. But the lore just kept piling up, and my drive to record this entire process was going down because it's really hard to make a video about something of me being in mental turmoil with no conclusion to it. Like, I would just have to be like, hey guys, I'm going through it right now. Lifting has been a huge part of my life for the past almost 4 years. It's made me way more confident in myself, not just for my physique, but just overall confidence. Like, it made me more disciplined. It's literally my career. It keeps me healthy. There's so many good things that I could say about it. It's the #2 hobby that I love next to content creation. So not being able to lift upper body and then just hitting 3 leg days a week was really taking a hit on me, on top of the body dysmorphia that I was going through and am still going through. Shit was brutal, and low-key it still is. Not as bad as before, because I am starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel because of a number of reasons. Number one being that I just submitted my last assignment for college ever. I am done. I graduate on Saturday, and then I am completely done with furthering my education, and I could just be a fitness influencer, what I was born and destined to do. And I'm gonna be spoiling a part of the recovery series right now, but does it really fucking matter? I don't even know when I'm gonna get to posting that. But I should be able to start hitting all of my upper body lifts in like 2 weeks at the end of May. A couple weeks ago, I went to the doctor, and when I was there, I was explaining what we were doing in PT, and without me asking, this man tells me that I can start hitting biceps and triceps. Now, this was awesome to hear because my biceps and triceps, with my shoulder not being included in this because obviously my shoulder is going to see the most atrophy, but those were the 2 muscles that I was seeing the most atrophy in, at least in my left arm, and in my right arm as well. It wasn't seeing as much atrophy as my left arm because the left arm was the one in a sling for a month. This one was doing everything else. So, I mean, I can't do this right now. Like, I actually still have body dysmorphia, but it's fine. We're not gonna get too much into that. But as of a couple weeks ago, I have been hitting arms and legs. And then as of last week, I got to reintroduce rowing movements. So I've been able to hit back. Right now, the only thing that I cannot do is any movement that's gonna push my shoulder back. So shoulder press and bench press are the 2 things that I cannot do. And when my doctor was telling me all this, I was like, whoa, what does the 6-month thing mean then? You gave me a 6-month time frame. And basically he told me that the 6-month mark would be where I was back to my full strength pre-surgery. But honestly, I think I'm gonna get there sooner. 2 or 3 weeks ago in PT, they reintroduced lat raises and front raises. So that hits my front delt and my side delt. And I was given the go-ahead to progressively overload on those. Also, I meant to show you guys this, but I had my doctor write down what I could do. Biceps and triceps are okay to hit now. Back and rows 2 weeks. Pecs 2 weeks. shoulder at 12 weeks. I'll explain the pec thing in a second because I just told you I wasn't able to do chest press. But like I said, right now I'm able to do raises for my shoulders, which still hits all heads of the delt. I do like some goofy, I'll show you when I'm at the gym later, but that hits rear delt too, but the upper back row will hit rear delt. So all heads of my shoulders are getting hit, stopping that atrophy and getting gains back. And I found a loophole to working on my chest because that would be the only muscle group that isn't getting worked out in isolation. I'm hitting pec deck. Now, it's not the best thing ever because I still have to be careful, and honestly, mentally, I'm scared doing it. But yesterday in PT, my physical therapist told me that I could do wall push-ups because that it reintroduces the pressing movement. So I guess I'm gonna be doing that when I hit upper today at the gym too. But because I can reintroduce all these things into my routine rather than just going through the motions of hitting legs every other day just so I can see a little bit of gains in my legs, have a little bit of sanity of still going to the gym, I am in a way better headspace because I can stop the atrophy that's been occurring and start to get my gains back. My overall mental right now compared to last month when I simply just got the sling off is exponentially better, especially because in a couple weeks I could start doing everything again. But like, I don't even like looking at old photos of myself right now because I know that I look different. I mean, I know I don't look like a frail string bean. I know that. I know I didn't lose all my muscle, not even close to losing all my muscle, but I know that there's a difference. And honestly, it just makes me feel like shit. I know that with muscle memory, my physique will be back to normal in probably a month and a half, but it's not right now. And that being the reality just sucks because there was nothing I could do about it. And yeah, that should make me feel better. It's not because I decided to just stop hitting the gym, but knowing that I didn't want to do that and seeing the effects of it, I don't know. This is going to be way easier for me to talk about when it's more in hindsight than it is right now. Like, I'm able to talk about the sling experience in hindsight because that was like a month, 2 months ago, but I'm still living in this shit right now. So I can't even really psychoanalyze myself until it's after the fact. But I will say the main thing is just being off my routine that I've been on for the past almost 4 years, seeing my body slowly change, and not being able to do the hobby that I love are probably the main contenders to my brain being extremely rude to me. I'm literally my own worst enemy right now. And that's why I just could not make videos about it. Talking about something being shitty and taking a toll on me while it's still actively happening to me was just not something I could bring myself to do. The thing is, I actually did record 2 videos. I have 2 vlogs recorded of that recovery series, but when I would sit down to edit them, you know that feeling that you get when you hear your voice recorded and you're like, ew, ew. Take that and multiply it by 100 billion. I just could not sit there and edit myself and watch myself over and over talk about these things. So that's why you guys are getting this video right now instead of a new video in the recovery series. But I really am starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see it. It's so fucking bright because I'm basically lifting again. It's not the routine that I'd like, but holy shit, I will take anything. I was happy to start doing goofy isometric banded exercises in PT right after I got the sling off because it was just something physically exerting for my upper body. I was not able to even lift a fucking coffee cup after I got the sling off. I was so limited. Doing anything with my upper body just made me feel great, and that's when I had the moment of realization of, oh yeah, I really hate not being able to lift. So once I'm on my normal split in like 2-3 weeks, peace will be restored in Loonyville, okay? I will be able to have free reign with every exercise instead of constantly worrying about if I made my fucking shoulder pop out and fall off again. Okay, that's an exaggeration of what happened, but you know what I'm saying. These past 2 months have just been a lot for me to juggle by myself, and it's been a very confusing journey, but I will be so glad to talk about it when it is in hindsight, like I said. School is over though, for good. I'll be out of state college for good, and I can really start focusing on being a fitness influencer content creator. And that's what I've been wanting to do for the past 2 years. I have been dreading school so much, just wanting to do this, and now I can. I'm like giddy and ecstatic to start documenting me getting my muscle back instead of me just being like, I can't do anything. I'm recovering from surgery. I'm so helpless. I digress though. I'll get more into this when I actually start posting the recovery series. I just feel like you guys don't know anything about any of this lore for the past 2 months because because you don't, unless you tap into my TikTok lives. But I've been progressively overloading on all my lifts since I reintroduced them. I've even been progressively overloading on legs. I've been seeing a little bit of leg gains, like I'm getting stronger in my quads and my hamstrings a little bit, but I'm like re-experiencing newbie gains on all of my body parts, and it's kind of cool. So while I may not actually see the gains coming back because of my brutal ass body dysmorphia, I objectively know that I'm getting gains back because the amount that I lift in the gym every single session is going up. I will be so back for summer of 2025. Trust in that. And all of these things that I'm saying is exactly what I said in my surgery announcement video, but I severely underestimated the mental hit that it would take on me. But we are still making goddamn lemonade. I'm making lemonade out of these lemons because now that I'm out of the worst of it, you guys will be hearing about it. So with all of that lore dump and yap out of the way, what the hell is this video about? Well, I resumed the cut that I paused during surgery recovery. Well, technically, actually, I resumed the cut last month. And if we remember, I paused at around 140 pounds. And then I was maintaining for a little over a month until I got the sling off, staying at like 145, 147, which was mostly just water weight. And then I resumed the cut. I got back down to like 141, but I crashed out because, I still haven't figured out how to not use food to cope, especially when I am extremely fucking lonely here. So I crashed out. I had some binge episodes, and I got back to like 150, 148, which again was mostly water weight, but still slightly regressed. But I've been locked in for a week, and I plan to stay locked in because, like I said, I'm a lot happier now, and I'm going home in a couple weeks, and I'm done with school. The clouds are clearing, but today I'm having a cheat meal. Bruh, Looney, why would you deserve a cheat meal when you just crashed out on your diet? Listen, my friend has been itching to go to Texas Roadhouse for the past month. Like, actually foaming at the mouth. And I mean, can a girl celebrate? I'm graduating literally tomorrow, so we're going out to celebrate. And this video is going to be similar to one that I recorded at the end of last summer, but it's how I manage my diet when I know I'm going to have a cheat meal. In the past, when I would do something like this, I would just turn it into a cheat day, which was just like binging. I knew if I was going to be pigging out everything that I fucking want to eat ever today. And that's just not how anyone should do things, because not only does it hinder progress way more than just one meal off plan would be, because at the end of the day, it's calories in, calories out. But for me personally, it would just open up another slippery slope to another binging episode. I just want to be careful, you know, and there's no need to do all that. What's important for special occasions like this is balance. I preach balance on my page all the time. If you go to any of my cheat day videos, I say balance is the most important thing. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do that today through a full day of eating in usual LOONYTUBE fashion. So right now I'm going to go hit an upper body day at Planty Fitty, and maybe if I'm not feeling fat and disgusting, you guys will get a physique update. And I need a carb heavy meal before I go. So right now I have this plate of frozen bananas. If I wasn't hitting the gym today, I would just save the majority of my carbs and fats to my cheat meal later, but I got gains to get back, and I need carbs to fuel my lift if I want to get those gains back. So I don't give a fuck. Like, even if I have to go to maintenance calories today, I will, because if you're new here, I get 15,000 or more steps a day on top of lifting almost every single day. So my maintenance calories is somewhere around 2,800. Me eating at maintenance today would only add one more day to dieting. And listen, I don't mind taking things a little bit slow, because this cut resumption is strictly for vanity purposes. I don't mind how I look with my shirt off. I just want to gain some muscle back. I don't actually think I'm fat and disgusting. That's just my body dysmorphia. Like the devil on my shoulder. There's no angel. There's literally no angel. She's gone on vacation. It's just a devil on my shoulder. Once my muscle comes back, I'll be chilling. I just want to look cool and sexy this summer, so I want to get a little bit more shredded. And the good thing is, last May, I was in a way worse spot in terms of body fat percentage. And I still look good last summer. Like, I locked in and still looked good. So anything I progress from here on out will just be better, if that makes sense. But the reason I say all that is because it's not that deep. I can still have these celebratory meals in these next coming weeks, celebrating my graduation, my sister's graduation, and still be chilling. I'm not gonna miss out on these special occasion things just because, oh no, I wanna finish the cut. As long as I'm practicing balance, everything will be fine. So let me show you what I'm doing right now. I have my 1,000 calorie cheat meal at Texas Roadhouse planned already in my tracking app. And I'll get into the nitty gritty of why I chose the things that I chose later. But what's important is, at least for me, is looking at the nutritional guide for the restaurant that I'm going to and like sort of planning out my day of eats before I go. So I have my meal planned, and this is bringing me to 1,050 calories, 62 grams of fat, 49 grams of carbs, and 68 grams of protein. So my dinner is actually taking up half of my intake, but it allows me to figure out all the other macros that I need for the day when I already have that planned in my app. So right now, I'm having my little pre-workout meal, which is 223 grams of frozen banana, and then I'm going to have a great value Greek yogurt on the side for a little bit of protein, because I just don't want straight carbs in my system. It's only 12 grams of protein. But with this meal is 300 calories, 15 grams of protein, so it's still a shitty calorie to protein ratio. But this meal, like I said, is not for the calorie to protein ratio. It's to fuel me for my workout, because I'll be damned if I'm not fueled. So with this meal included with my dinner, I'd be at 1,340 calories and only 83 grams of protein with a protein goal of 160. So I'm gonna munch on this banana sludge, and I'll show you how I structure my meals after future editing. Nicole takes you through my upper body day as of right now. After my pre-workout meal, I get right into my pre-workout concoction, which always starts with my creatine so I don't forget to take it, followed with my V1 pre-workout of choice, code LOON, to save on all V1 supplements. I also throw my salt-based electrolytes in there for hydration, and I sip on that as I walk to the gym. Now, I'm gonna get into today's upper body day, but this is going to change up a bit once I have free reign to do all of my original lifts from my split pre-surgery. But I start out with back because it's the most physically demanding thing that I hit on upper body days. So I start with 2 sets of upper back rows to failure, and then 2 sets of lat rows to failure. Then I go and hit arms, and I start out with standard curls, doing 2 sets to failure. The guy in front of me was trying to say something to me mid-set, and when I finished, he was like, "Oh, if my grunting is too much, just let me know." And I was like, "Bro, if my grunting is too much, you let me know. Or we could just both be cavemen together. I don't give a fuck." Anyways, after 2 sets of normal curls, I do 2 sets of hammer curls, and if you haven't noticed the trend by now, I do all of these to failure. Then I move into 3 sets of tricep extensions, since I can't do anything else for triceps right now, and I don't need a whole bunch of volume for triceps. Those and my shoulders are a genetic strong point for me, which I'm very grateful for. Also, in case you haven't noticed, every single lift I'm doing is single arm. I do this so I can combat the muscle imbalance between my right and left arm. I take every lift to failure on my left side and then do the same amount of reps on my right side, regardless of if it hits failure or not, which it doesn't, because my right arm is significantly stronger right now. And I do this for everything except for lat raises because I'm kind of lazy, and I can tell when my left side is starting to give out more, so it doesn't really matter as much. Front raises, I need to do single arm though, and I hate doing these for front delt, but it's the only thing I can do right now, so whatever. I overshot on the first set and needed to go down and wait for the second set, but it's crazy how much harder it is for my left side compared to my right. Like, it makes sense obviously, but it's still crazy. Then I finish up the lift by doing my PT exercises, which consists of goofy off rear delt fly, lateral raise, and front raise, better known as T's, I's, and Y's, which I hate doing just because it adds more time to my workout, but I can stop doing these very soon. Last and final workout is the wall push-ups I brought up earlier, but those were a little too easy, and I kept almost getting freaky with the wall, so I did them on a bench, and that shit was hard after not doing any sort of pressing movement for almost 3 months, but it felt good. And now for a slight Zeke update. Don't be mean to me! I don't even have much to say, honestly. I don't hate where I'm at, but I don't love it either. This summer is going to be dedicated to grinding, shredding some fat, and getting some gains back. There's no point in sulking. I just need to put in the work. The cheat meal today, or any future ones, will not hurt my progress, and I'll be back to feeling myself in no time. But now I'm gonna have past vlogging Nicole take back over. Alright, y'all, I am back from Planny Fitty, and let me tell you, literally every single session, I am feeling better than the last one. Like, all my lifts are going up. I'm just waiting for the day I can sub out those fuck-ass PT exercises for shoulder press and incline press. Then I will be happy, because then I can save myself a little bit of time and I can stop fatigue maxing. Bro, doing all those shoulder movements is insane, and not one of them being shoulder press, it's driving me a little bit crazy. But beggars cannot be choosers. At least I can lift before the 3-month mark. I thought I couldn't lift for 6 months. Okay, beggars cannot be choosers. But right now it is 7:11 a.m. I'm having just a little hors d'oeuvre type of meal before dinner to hold me over. These 4 little chicken nugget things, handcrafted by me. It's just leftover rotisserie chicken, fat-free cheese, an egg, and some egg whites. So it's like pure protein concoction right here. I'm having this just so I'm not absolutely famished when I get to dinner, because if I'm famished when I get to dinner, I'm gonna start pigging out on things that I do not need to consume, and my muscles just went a little bit brazy in the gym. I need to make them happy with some protein. I also like to save my calories for later in the day because that's when I'm most hungry. And with how I plan things out today, I'm gonna be able to have my Texas Roadhouse feast and still have room for dessert after and stay in a deficit. Triple entendre right here. The only reason I wouldn't be in a deficit tonight is if I start craving more rolls than I have sit out for me in my calorie tracking app, which right now I have 2 with a serving of butter planned out in the app already, but we'll see. Because I also forgot to mention, I've actually never been to Texas Roadhouse before. I've never had the rolls. I've never had this sweet cinnamon honey butter concoction that everyone glazes the out of on social media. Like, it's this insane elixir that Texas Roadhouse serves. I've never had it, so I don't know if I'm gonna have one roll and I'm gonna be like put under some Texas Roadhouse spell. I have no clue, but I have still a bunch of calories to play with. Even if I want to indulge on more rolls, I still have my dessert planned and my meal planned. Like, I got it all covered right now in here. But I'm also gonna record myself in the middle of the restaurant giving my opinion on these rolls to see if that glaze is worth it. I'm gonna give my true and honest opinion as someone who is not Texas Roadhouse biased. And then last thing, I'm at almost 12,000 steps right now, thanks to my ability to actually walk to the gym. Now that State College isn't -2 fucking degrees with 50-mile-per-hour winds like we live in Antarctica. I hate it here, by the way, if you haven't picked up on that. Sorry. But I'm gonna go for a walk after dinner, a little post-dinner digestion walk, and I'm likely gonna end the day at over 15,000 steps. But I have to munch on this really quickly so I can go shower and get ready to feast and lose my Texas Roadhouse virginity. Oh, and I forgot to say I'm having an A&W cream soda, best diet soda. Okay, I gotta get ready. Texas Roadhouse fit check. We got, let's start with the shoes. We got some fake Travis Scott lows, courtesy of some random seller from China sending them to me for free. These are fake as shit. Hopefully no one clocks me. And then we got some jeans, courtesy of TikTok Shop Free Sample, black True Classic tee. You guys know I get my blanks all from True Classic, my goats. And then jewelry, rings. I think all of these are from Hard Jewelry, except for this one. Shout out Mina's Metals on Instagram. She made that shit for me. And then more Hard Jewelry rings. Yes, sir. Apple Watch from Apple. Mane out, no backwards hat. Let's go fuck up some Texas Roadhouse. Why are you recording it that way? I'm firing my fucking camera over there. This shit just tastes like cinnamon toast. I can make this with keto bread and low-cal butter and cinnamon and stevia. I mean, it's good, but I can make that shit with keto bread. I can. Bro, how am I paying $2 for this? It's not even working. It's recording sideways. Rolls. I think y'all heard me in the restaurant, but that shit is literally, come on now. Like, it's good, but we got keto bread, low-cal butter, cinnamon, and stevia at home. I'm so dead ass, guys. I can make that lower calorie, high fiber. Like, it's good, I get it, but if you don't know about keto bread, sure, it's like ignorance is bliss, but you know what isn't? Calories. Okay? I still had 2 though. Also, steak was bomb. Like, that was cooked to perfection. Mushrooms and onions though? No, they were not good and doused in oil, which I thought was gonna be a good thing, but alas it was not. But hey, I got room for dessert because I only had a half serving of butter. I got 90 extra calories to play with. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. What the fuck are you doing? Dessert of choice when I got back were these peanut butter homemade protein cookies. I don't know what to call them. It's just something sweet for the fucking kids. Oh, my bad. But I also primarily sipped on some almond milk while I consumed that cookie. And I did have some other snacks, which I'll get into in the outro. All right, you guys, it is... What the fuck? Bro, it is currently the day after the Texas Roadhouse cheat meal extravaganza. And I didn't record this last night because, I was lazy. Right. But I did have a PB&J Prime Bite code LOON to save 15% at Prime Bite. You already know. This is my second favorite flavor next to chocolate glazed donut. Nothing is ever gonna beat chocolate glazed donut. Sorry, shameless plug. You know I love my Prime Bites, but I also had 75 grams of this lesser evil Himalayan gold popcorn. Dude, I don't know what sort of sorcery they have going on at the lesser evil headquarters, but that popcorn, dare I say, better than some popcorns on the market that aren't even low cal. That shit is 120 calories for 28 grams. I know that off the top of my head. Finished off the night with like 2,200 calories, so still a deficit for me. The main reason I get 15,000 steps every day or more is because I like to eat a lot of calories. So I was still able to come home and enjoy my snacks after my cheat meal. But also, look what I've got here displayed on the shark plate. Yeah, I'll put my money where my mouth is. I wasn't playing when I said we got macro-friendly Texas Roadhouse rolls at home. This is a slice of 647 bread, 7 grams of light butter, and stevia mixed with cinnamon to make low-cal cinnamon sugar, which is only 59 calories. And no, it's not my dinner. It's just in the dinner fucking section, okay? 7 grams of fiber, 2 grams of protein, and hold on now. It's gas, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, the rolls were good, but this whole thing is less calories than the roll itself, bro. Like, I just could not justify eating that unless I was craving the bread and cinnamon butter, you know? There's nothing wrong with the rolls, but I really don't like eating bread at restaurants because I usually just eat it because it's there, and this just proves that the Texas Roadhouse rolls are nothing special. Y'all just don't know ball. They're still good, though. But also, my mushrooms and onions that I got on the side, I knew they were going to be cooked in a bunch of oil because of the calories on the calorie tracking app. Like, I was set and ready for some good mushrooms and onions with a shit ton of oil. But when they came, they were undercooked and just like sitting in the oil, which did not taste that good. But my steak was cooked to perfection, and that's all that matters to me. I'm just sitting here giving you my honest first impression of Texas Roadhouse. I'm probably going to go there with my mom when she comes up to take graduation pictures of me, even though I didn't walk at my ceremony, which was this morning. Sorry. But all I want is steak. So I think I'm gonna go there unless I find somewhere better. But you guys, it's relatively easy to go out to eat and still lose weight. And I know that some restaurants do not have the nutrition information readily available, but my other video on this topic gets into how to navigate staying on track if that's the case. The thing is, most chains are going to have a nutrition PDF. It's literally the law. If you hit a certain amount of restaurants, you gotta have the nutrition information. Is it gonna be 100% accurate? No, those chefs aren't in the kitchen weighing everything out on a food scale, but it's not that deep. Especially if you're not going out to eat often, it do not matter. But if going out to eat is something repetitive for you, have my tips in this video and my other video in your arsenal, okay? I, for one, am locked in as of this week. I wasn't locked in, I know. I'm going to get shredded for the summer while building up my physique back to what it was. And I know that I had terrible body dysmorphia when I was recording the flexing video for this yesterday, but I'll feel myself getting better and better every day. Also, as for the shoulder surgery recovery series, I think I'm going to scrap that. Instead, I think I'm gonna make it like a big production, like a long ass video of all the recovery lore instead of it spaced out week by week, because I think that having time to reflect once I'm fully recovered will be way more valuable than me just crashing out week by week talking about, oh my god, I can't do this, and then there's no conclusion. At least if I wait until I'm fully recovered, which I'm basically 90% recovered now, I have a conclusion for y'all and myself. Right now, I would much rather just vlog the process of getting my muscle back, especially because in a couple weeks, I'll just be able to do all of my lifts, my normal routine, and it'll just be me gaining strength and gaining muscle back, and that gives me an actual goal that isn't just not messing up my shoulder surgery recovery, you know? Also, I have things going on that have nothing to do with my shoulder, and I don't want to just talk about my goddamn shoulder all the time. I have dealt with her so much for the past 2.5 months that I'd much rather talk about it in hindsight in a long ass video. And people on my live stream today on TikTok were asking me, is it a LOONYTUBE summer? And I can assure y'all that it is. Now that I'm officially graduated and I'm basically all healed, it's time to go influencer mode to the extreme. I plan to go back to my usual regular vlog content of documenting my daily shenanigans and my fitness progress and all that, especially since I resumed the cut and I have muscle to build. There's a lot of goals going on in my brain that I want to achieve, and I want to share them. But let me know what you guys think about that and how you feel about the torn labrum recovery series actually getting just turned into one long ass video. And let me know what other content you want to see from me if we're given feedback, because the goal is to make YouTube my full-time job. So I gotta make y'all happy, of course, and stop the rioting in my comments and actually post things. Maybe this is the birth of a consistent YouTube schedule, just maybe. But with all that being said, I just want to say that I love y'all for real. Thank you for fucking with my content. It actually means the world to me that you guys still care and you do riot in my comments. Makes me feel important. I'll see you in the next vlog in a timely manner, and be sure to use code LOON at your local Texas Roadhouse.